Spirit, the God force, that which flows, that which is the very foundation of existence, is known by effect, not by containment, restriction. Like wind, the God force, the Spirit, it moves without permission. It cannot be localized or owned. It reveals itself. This very Spirit of God reveals itself through motion and consequence. Now, these words dismantle the illusion that spirit can be controlled by doctrine, lineage, or ritual authority. What is born of spirit is not predictable, only recognizable after it has moved. Now, the great master emissary of light, Jesus, said, the Christ, Yeshua, said, whoever is born of the Spirit does not know their beginning or their end, but others know them by what is set in motion. By their fruits you shall know them. Spiritual birth is not an event in time, but an entry into flow. The Spirit does not announce itself, it alters direction, vitality, and timing. And those who demand certainty or adherence to a certain doctrine that their preacher in Alabama taught them, those who demand certainty, adherence to doctrinal authority before movement will never move. Because those who move learn afterward what carried them, which was the Spirit, the God force. Jesus said, attend to the sound in the branches, for the signal is given before the strike. Those who align with David, waiting for the sound in the mulberry trees, the Spirit does not shout commands. It precedes action with resonance. Those aligned with Spirit wait for inner confirmation, act only when movement is already underway, and strike in harmony, not haste. This is not passivity, it is attunement. Jesus said, the Spirit goes where it wills, and those who follow it must release control. Spirit cannot be coerced by belief systems. It is sovereign because it is alive. The God force is alive. Attempts to confine it result in imitation, not presence. To walk with Spirit is to accept uncertainty. It is to accept timing, not your own. What is known in Greek as kairos, divine timing, not chronos, linear system timing of the matrix, but kairos, God's time, direction revealed only step by step in revelation. Jesus said, you do not see the wind itself, but you know where it has passed. And this is the core epistemology of spirit, that truth is validated by transformation, alignment, increased life, and clarity, not by arguments or sharing of credentials or proofs, because the Spirit is not proven, it is recognized. Spirit is not an object of belief, but a movement of being. Those born of it cannot explain themselves in advance, only live in such a way that others feel the wind after they pass. You feel the wind of purification as it has passed through your system and made you a conduit, a living integration of the God force. Let the fire move freely, Jesus said. Remain awake in rest. Keep attention whole. For the kingdom is not entered by the still, by the dead, but by the alive. The kingdom does not hide. It remains unseen by those who refuse expansion. Restriction is not humility, it is fear mistaken for discipline. Because whoever sets boundaries upon themselves will neither hear nor see what stands before them. True stillness is charged, alert, and luminous. Many rejoice when they find a teaching that excuses their sleep, and some seek doctrines that validate their inertia. They collect stories of unmoving sages to justify their refusal to refine themselves. The dead will not cross over, for nothing passes through one who does not move within. Your unconsciousness is not innocence, it is exile from the kingdom. Whoever abandons attention lowers themselves beneath the beast, for the beast does not forget what it watches. Attention is the defining human faculty. Where your attention goes, there your energy flows. Where is your attention today, dear viewer? Where is your energy going? Because beware the one who rests without awareness, for stillness without sight is decay. Do not bind the fire with rites, lest it suffocate. For teachings that do not move, they become a grave. Your doctrine, your dogma is your grave. Living wisdom, living with the God force, you remain fluid, alert, and responsive. The moment it hardens into ritual, distraction, or self-justified inertia, it loses power and sight. Many people seek comfort in doctrines. They feel at home with arguing in 3D ego doctrines, dogmas, arguing, comparing, but rarely are they expressing the spirit of kindness, true love, the God force. Perception dulls, judgment degrades. A being who abandons attention diminishes themselves. So, dear viewer, highly esteemed viewer, when the human mind becomes clear, receptive, and undivided, it naturally allows creative intelligence to express itself as order, vitality, and restoration in both the individual and their environment. This is the way that heaven flows into the earth. This is the way that we change the third dimension consciousness to the higher fifth dimensional consciousness. This is the way Jesus was risen into Yeshua. And this is the way that we establish the new heaven upon earth, the new Jerusalem.